Alright, here we are on turn 6 in custom packs, and we've got the perennial setup that you always see with tamarin and capybara, although I have no clownfish here, so at least that's something. But this was a run that I had having set up a pack to do a particular combo, had a bunch of attempts at it, and then when I finally got the team composition, it turns out that the combo doesn't work, and it's kind of, I don't know why I didn't realize it wasn't going to work, but I'll show a clip of that at the end so you can see what I was originally going for. So here we do level the capybara and get the first macaque, because my alternate build that I decided to go for was having 2 macaques, which essentially means you have to run a 2 or a 3 squad so that there's space for the orangutan to summon. And here we luckily get double snail, even with 1 slot frozen. So that means the tamarin's getting a bit bigger, and once we get it to level 2, that'll mean it's much better value for the sell. Although I don't think it's a good idea to sell the tamarin into the macaque, because you want the macaque to trigger last, really, or as late as possible in the order of start of battle abilities, because that means that the orangutan is protected from skunk or from snipes, because macaque also gives a copy of its held food to the orangutan that it spawns. So here I'm going to give it cheese, since we don't have pepper or melon yet. And if you're spawning, if the macaque spawns first, then you're more likely to have your equipment sniped at the beginning of the turn. So obviously there's a limit to that. As you level up the macaque, you'll see here I level it up. We can't really avoid giving it the +2/+2 from the blobfish. But what do we get? It is warthog. So actually that kind of works out. I wasn't really thinking about it, but that works out pretty well. We'll sell the tamarin, and we'll also sell this one for a little bit of extra. And that means obviously for a summon, the orangutan has pretty good stats when it spawns. However, it's capped really, but it's what, 24/24 when it spawns. And in custom packs, that is rapidly going to become very poor. So we really need some other means of scaling it during the battle, and the warthog seems like a nice option. So we'll focus on trying to level it before we find the second macaque. And I was thinking about turtle for a second there, but we do get the macaque here. And bizarrely, even though I'm freezing every slot in the shop as I go, I get triple cow. So here's another example here. If the macaque had higher attack than the bat, then the orangutan could have had weakness overwrite the cheese. So I think that kind of illustrates the point that you want its attack to be low. So here we get cat, which seems like it's incredible with all the frozen cows, but I think I make a bit of a mess of this because I was super greedy. I really wanted to get I wanted to get a level 2 cow. Now if you think about it, that doesn't make any sense at all, because I have to sell the cat now. For one thing, I rolled before thinking about it, realizing I have to sell the cat, otherwise the orangutan won't spawn. If I buy 1 cow with a cat, it's essentially a level 2 cow already. So there was no need for me to mess around here trying to actually level up the cow in one shop phase. But it's pretty satisfying seeing the double orangutan spawn like that. It's kind of a shame that that's the limit. You can't go any further than having 2 of them, because as soon as you put the third one on, there's not going to be enough space to spawn. And bizarrely, I roll a 4th cow. So here I think I do finally buy one. Just use it to get the milk, give some more stats to the warthog, try and get it to 50-50 as soon as possible. I still have plans to try and buy all 3 cows in one turn, but I think what's going to happen is I'm just going to keep finding more and more stuff that I would rather buy. And here the front orangutan gets just enough stats from the warthog to survive the hit there. So we'll level up that one and get that single chocolate is worth plus 12, which seems crazy, but you know, given some of the other busted stuff in the game at the moment, Macaque seems pretty tame. But the team's doing pretty well on 8 wins, turn 13, but you know, in customs it can really start to get pretty brutal at this point, and you'll see exactly why here. A level 2 octopus with tiger and pepper, and the sheer amount of damage it does is just absolutely ridiculous. And here, this is probably a bit dubious, where I give a melon to the macaque, so that well, I think I do. I'm pretty sure I'm going to buy the melon onto the macaque. And why I didn't just give it to the warthog, I'm not sure, but because I mean, there's not really a better alternative. I don't know if pepper is in this pack, but you know, 1-up on warthog doesn't work because the warthog comes back with only 1 attack, and so you know, it's not giving any good stats to the rest of the team. So here we actually get matched with a German Shepherd team, which normally is panic stations, but it's a base stats German Shepherd with you know, it's giving 3 attack to the opposing pets. Now here, I think, you know, double warthog, and then we actually get another one on the next roll, which is unbelievable luck, especially since I've still got one of the 4 cows frozen. Frees up the melon for next turn, and we go against a German Shepherd with a, you know, that's a little bit more threatening, and they're going to generate 50 trumpets, but actually the melon on the orangutan is going to save the day, and we win with the double macaque 3 squad. So now I'll show you what I was really trying to do and why it doesn't work. So here we go, and it is, I wanted to have a 5 squad and a full team with macaque in it, and then I wanted panda to faint and give stats you know, to another unit, and leave an empty space for the orangutan to spawn. However, as I was discussing earlier, that does not work. You'll see why. And the reason is, if I, like you see here, I'm thinking about it, and I'm also trying to make the macaque level 2 so that it'll be a level 24 stats orangutan. But what actually happens is the pets that faint at the start of round, like the panda, do not disappear until all start of battle abilities have fired. So a bit of a lesson there, and I won't make that mistake again. But it's kind of a shame, because that would have been an interesting way to use the panda.